One of the weirdest things I've ever done as a journalist is investigate why all the local newspapers in the UK continuously run the same story again and again and again for years. And the story is trying to get people to inform on their neighbours if they smoke cannabis. All the articles are the same format and the same sort of content. From Somerset Live to Yorkshire Evening Post to Lancashire Evening Post to the Lancashire Live to the Oxford Mail. I can go on and on and on. I tracked it back and found that this has been going on since April 2017, and the first one that I could find was on the Daily Mirror. So I thought I'd take one and look deeper into one particular one. So I took this one on the Yorkshire Evening Post. Came out around the time of the lockdown. That's when I was investigating this. It said people smoking cannabis in their own homes is causing problems in some communities in Yorkshire. So I contacted the South Yorkshire Police and asked them if they could give me any more information about these social problems. Now, it was the South Yorkshire Police that I contacted because they were directly quoted in the article. And surprisingly, since they were directly quoted in the article, the South Yorkshire Police said that they knew nothing about it and they hadn't been approached for contact by the Yorkshire Evening Post. So that was quite bizarre. It kind of looked like the Yorkshire Evening Post had sort of made up this problem with people smoking cannabis and published it, but why? So I looked into that. So I contacted the journalist who'd written the article. And I asked them if they had any data or statistics, or they'd interviewed anyone to learn about this problems that people smoking cannabis in their own home is apparently causing across some communities in Yorkshire. He actually didn't want to comment, so I was going to go in for my second question, which was, why did your article appear years earlier, word for word, in a different publication, the Sheffield Star? But with a different author's name on it, but unfortunately he blocked me. I actually got in touch with someone who works for the company that publishes the Yorkshire Evening Post, and he told me, he said that it definitely isn't sponsored content by the police, which is what I originally thought. He said that it's because it picks up well on social media, but also because it does really well for SEO, search engine optimization, because for those of you that don't know what SEO is, it's basically when people Google questions, what articles do they get to? And obviously, apparently, one of the questions that people always Google, maybe if their neighbours are smoking cannabis, is what can I do if my neighbours smoke cannabis? But should this thing still be allowed to continue when you consider that medical cannabis is legal?